So how many of you scored less than 12 marks? 12 వచ్చే కదా? Okay. 12. Students online. Anyone with a score less than 12 marks? Quick responses. Okay. So now you can just send your messages to host. Others. 19, 9. Okay. 15. So 5 questions right. So LR paper of mock 8 is definitely not easy. So there was some confusion with the spiral graph, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the values. Okay, so but these type of questions won't be asked in GAT. GAT law in any set, take any set from 2000, there will not be any confusion. You will be given with a definite value. Okay, e confusion అయితే ఉండదు. Last year in IAFT, there was one set of this kind given. Okay, but don't worry. In that graph, the values will be definite. Okay, this is the difficulty that I have faced while attempting mock it. Okay, so 19, 9, 15. Okay. So now in the next mock, మీరు 24 తెచ్చుకోవాలి. అంతే కదా? What is the 90 percentile score in logical reasoning? 21. So if you can attempt 7 questions, if you can get 21 marks, your percentile will be 90. 7 questions. Now in this paper, can we attempt 7 questions or not? That
Yes,
we have
sir.
to see. Okay. So if you are confident about getting one set correct, in the next mock, let's increase that to 2 sets. So by the end of October or by the start of November, you should be confident about attempting 2 sets. Whether the paper might be easy or difficult doesn't matter. You have to get minimum of 24 marks for sure. Because in CAT 21, 24 marks in slot 3 was 96 or 97 percentile. Now, coming to this question. How many of you did not attempt this? How many of you did not attempt this? But this is the easiest of all. So this is the easiest of all the 4 sets given. So if you can attempt these 4 questions, you would get 12 marks. So 12 is minimum direct question from arrangements. I solved this in less than 5 minutes. 5 to 6 minutes or 8 minutes is 8 minutes should be the maximum time to spend on this question. So by end of 8 minutes or 10 minutes, if you have 12 marks in your hand, think about the confidence levels. Okay. Left only 3rd question. Okay. So let's see in how much time can we solve this. ఎందుకంటే వాళ్ళు చాలా తొందరగా అయిపోతుంది 4 sets కదా. So let's solve all the 4 sets. Okay, so how many of you tried the 4th set, the puzzles one? That is the time taking set among all. Okay. Okay, so let's first analyze the paper and then we'll start solving this. So out of these 6 questions, you can attempt this. And if you could understand the graph, this is a doable question. Okay, because there will not be any confusion with respect to the points marked here. Okay. Now this one, yes. 3rd, yes. Sorry, this one, no. 3rd one, yes. 4th one, yes. 5th one, you can definitely leave this question because that is a numeric question. So if you change even, and if there is a change of 1% in any of the values that you have considered, you'll end up getting a wrong answer. Instead of 20, 21 తీసుకుంటే you'll end up getting a wrong answer. ఇది theta question కానీ you will be wasting a lot of time. Okay, and 6th is a doable question. So first, 3rd and 6th, These three are doable questions. Remaining and it depends on your instincts. మీకు కరెక్ట్ అనిపిస్తే మీరు చేస్తారు లేదంటే ఓకే బట్ ఫిఫ్త్ ఈజ్ డెఫినెట్లీ ఏ టైం టేకింగ్ క్వశ్చన్ సో I consider this set moderate, not an easy set. Now, how many of you solved this? Child. Okay. Okay. Let's see a simple question from closed arrangements. Chesava? Answer for fourth question. అంటే నాకు చేసినప్పుడు ఐ గాట్ 2 ఆప్షన్స్ 1 and 3. ఓకే లెట్స్ సీ మీకు వచ్చాయా 1 and 3 ఇది కూడా నాకు ఎందుకో కరెక్ట్ వచ్చింది ఫోర్త్ క్వశ్చన్ అంటే ద గివెన్ ఆప్షన్ వాస్ 3 అంటే 3 అయితే నాకు 1 వచ్చింది ఆర్ 1 అయితే నాకు 3 కూడా వచ్చింది ఓకే నౌ హౌ మెనీ ఆఫ్ యూ tried solving this is a good question అంటే if you are looking for challenging sets exam లో చేయడానికి కాదు for practice you can try solving this question first okay so coming to analysis easy set you can attempt 4 questions so you should be in a position to get 12 marks from this set this is also easy so 9 marks because I will నేనైతే థర్డ్ మార్క్ చేయను అంటే ఫోర్త్ మార్క్ చేయలేదు okay 9 marks from this set so 12 plus 18 so I can say that 30 marks in this exam will fetch you 99% easily so and the score 19 percentile చూసుకోలేదు so do we have anyone who scored 30 marks or 25 plus quick responses no no now coming to this question these type of sets loni if you find something difficult it will be difficult for everyone so ilanti vachinappudu questions you should be choosy while picking the questions అన్ని చేయాల్సిన పని లేదు కదా సో ఓన్లీ అటెంప్ట్ ద క్వశ్చన్స్ దట్ యు ఆర్ కాన్ఫిడెంట్ అబౌట్ అంతే రిమైనింగ్ వదిలేసేయండి ఓకే నౌ కమింగ్ టు దిస్ క్వశ్చన్ ABCDEFG 7 students in a class they like 7 subjects English maths physics chemistry biology sociology and philosophy each of the students secured different marks in the examination okay now we are given with 6 statements C secured the second highest marks and neither English nor mathematics was his favorite subject. So while reading this statement, we need to arrange these 7 people in either in the ascending order of their marks or descending order. Okay. 5, 6, 7. C secured second highest marks. Okay. And his favorite subject was neither English nor mathematics. He secured the least marks and neither sociology nor mathematics. Neither sociology nor mathematics was his favorite subject. The favorite subject of D was physics. Okay. And he secured more marks than B and G, but less than A. So where can D be? Either in these 2 places. Okay. D has got more marks than B and G. So if I consider that B and G are here, okay, D can be either here or here, but D got less marks than here. So D cannot be the person who scored highest marks. So these are the only 2 possibilities. Okay. So D can be either here or here. Now if D is here, A should be here. Now the favorite subject of B was biology. And his marks were more than marks of E, but less than G. So here, how many possibilities can we do we have? Huh? D G can be either here or here. If B is here, G will be here. So total 3 possibilities. Okay. Now the favorite subject of A was philosophy. The student whose favorite subject was chemistry got the highest marks. So what can we eliminate? The second possibility, because in this case, the person whose favorite subject was philosophy got the highest marks. So this can be eliminated. So A should be here and F should be here. Okay. Then what do we have? F likes chemistry. Now G likes mathematics, E likes English, and C likes sociology. So you can solve this question in less than 10 minutes. So 10 minutes will just say, what have you done in the remaining 30 minutes? That's my question. Second question. Okay. Others. See, it's not mandatory to attempt all the questions for the data interpretation be picky. So if you're not confident about getting all the questions correct, okay, for example, so don't spend time on that. Okay. Because when writing percentages itself, you should be confident whether you have considered the correct percentage or not. Now, if you yourself are in a dilemma, for example, so this I can say that this is 15, whereas, sorry, this is 20, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. This is exactly 20. Now, this is exactly 20. Sorry, one minute. My bad. Or this is exactly 15. This is not exactly 20, whereas this is exactly 30, 40, 35, 30. మీరు కన్సిడర్ చేసుకున్నప్పుడే you will be confident about considering these values. For example, I cannot say whether this is 37 or 38. If you are not sure, then leave the questions with where you have to use this percentage. వదిలేసేయండి. As for then, వదిలేసేయండి. Then at the end, if you have some time, then you can try whether the answer this percentage can be either 37 or 38. Can in CAT getting these type of questions, I don't think. Okay. Now, similarly, this will be 45 for sure, whereas this can be either 39 or 38. So if you are in a dilemma, don't attempt a question where you have to find this value or where you have to consider this value. Clear? So how many of you have left all the questions because of this confusion? All the 6 questions. Anyone? How many of you left this complete set because you are not clear with some of the values? 1. So how many of you did not understand this? Did not understand the data that was given to you? Arthamaindi. Okay, you Aditya. So you have 4 products: product A, product B, product C, product D, and a spiral graph with 2 lines or 2 closed or 2 boundaries. Now the blue one represents number of units sold as a percentage of total units sold for each product in 2014. So if there are, for example, let us say 100 products sold in 2014, what does this 15 represent? 15 are of 15 of them will be of product A. Okay, if this is, let us say 30, yeah, 29 out of them or 30 out of them will be of product B. Then 30 are of product C and the remaining 20 are of product B. Percentage distribution of products in 2014 and 2015. So this blue line represents percentage distribution in the year 2014 and the other line represents percentage of total units sold for each product in 2015. And you should be careful that the sum of all these values should be equal to 100. The value here, 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 and here, the sum of all these four should add up to 100 because 100 products sold. Some are of product A, some are of product B, some are of product C, some are of product B. Now we are given with the percentage distribution. So the sum of all these should be equal to total number of products sold. Okay. So sum of all these should be equal to 100. For example, మీరు తీసుకున్న values కి 99 వచ్చింది అనుకోండి. You need to increase some value by 1. Or 101 వచ్చింది అనుకోండి. You need to decrease some value by 1. Clear? Similarly for 2015. Whereas here some 100 undala, not required. ఎందుకని we are given with percentage defective units sold for each product. Okay, so 45% of the product A sold are defective. Okay, so 40% of product B sold are defective in 2015. So beat some 100 ఉండవలసిన అవసరం లేదు, but the sum of these numbers should add up to 100. Clear? Now if you can interpret these values into a table, okay, you can solve these questions.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
For the defective one, why can't it add up to 100
See,
as the first case?
okay, for example, 50% of product A sold can be defective. Now you are talking about some percent of product A sold. So it can be 50% or 60% or 90%. So అంటే percent defective units of total units sold for each product. For example, if we are given with percentage distribution, so out of 100 products, if 20% of them are of product A, 30% of them are of product B, then I can say that the sum of all these four should add up to 100. మనకు అలా ఇచ్చాడో లేదు. So product AB, how many are defective? See here 45 is what? 45 tells me that 45% of product A sold are defective. అంతే కదా? Now this is 40% of product B sold were defective. Now this is not a percentage distribution of the total defective products and the types product A, product B, product C, product D. This is percentage distribution. We are given with the percentage defective units for each product. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, how many defective units of product A were sold in 2014 and 2015? Now, to find defective units of products, first we need to find the number of products sold of type A in 2014 and 2015. Now, total units sold in 2014, 2,52,000. Out of which, how many are of type A? 15% by 15 by 100. Now these are total products of A sold in 2014, out of which 25% of them are defective. So into 25 by 100 will give us the total defective pieces of product type A sold in 2014. Correct? So this will give us the total product type A sold in 2014. 25% of them will be the defective pieces. Now, so we are done for the year 2014. Now in 2015, a total of 3,24,000 products were sold, out of which 20% are of type A. So into 20 by 100. So this will give us the total product of type A sold in 2015, out of which 45% were defective. Into 100 will give us the total defective units of product A sold in 2015. So the sum of these two numbers should be the answer. Now, if I have to attempt some questions in this set, it will be first question for sure, because there is no confusion with respect to the pointers. Is Nana? ఈ క్వశ్చన్కి ఏం చేస్తాం అంటే టైప్ చేసేటప్పుడు అలాంటి మిస్టేక్స్ ఎలిమినేట్ చేయండి. అది వరస్ట్ మిస్టేక్ కదా. రైట్ ఆన్సర్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత కూడా టైప్ చేయడంలో మిస్టేక్ చేస్తే ఇంకేముంటుంది. Okay. Now, out of total units of product B sold that were in 2014 and 2015, what percent were defective? Okay, so I will be definitely leaving this question because కొంతమంది 1928 తీసుకోవచ్చు, 2819 తీసుకోవచ్చు, and the percentages are very close. For example, 36, 39, 42, 45 ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి, దాన్ని కూడా ఆన్సర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఏందన్నా మీకు వచ్చిందా? బట్ అంటే I might not be confident because 1929 తీసుకుంటే ఒక వాల్యూ వస్తుంది, 1828 తీసుకుంటే ఒక వాల్యూ వస్తుంది. Okay, so for time being I will be leaving this question, and I do not expect students to answer this question. నేనే చేయలేదు.
Sir, are we going to get such kind of questions
No,
in CAT?
in CAT,
Real
no.
CAT?
In CAT there
Okay.
will not be any questions with confusion. వాళ్ళు ఖచ్చితంగా
Okay.
వాల్యూస్ అయితే ఇస్తారు. There won't be any confusion. Okay. Now, what number of total products sold in 2014 were defective? Okay. So here we are asked to find what number of total products sold in 2014 was defective of all four types. So in 2014 we have already calculated for A. So it will be 2.52 into 15 by 100 into 25 by 100 plus 2,52,000 into 19 or 18 into 30 by 100, 29 by 100 into 30 by 100, 38 by 100 into 39 by 100. So sum of all these values will give you the answer. Okay. నాకైతే 81,000 something వచ్చింది, which was close to option 1. So I have marked option 1 answer. 80,000 something. So I have marked option 1 as the answer. Okay, because I have considered 19 here. ఇది నేను చేసిన మిస్టేక్. సో అందుకనే చెప్తున్నా. So these type of questions you will not get in CAT for sure. See, approximation is different. For example, here I can ask you like ఇక్కడ క్లియర్ గా వాల్యూస్ ఇచ్చేసి అవుట్ ఆఫ్ టోటల్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ యూనిట్స్ హౌ మెనీ ఆర్ డిఫెక్టివ్ అప్రాక్సిమేట్ అని చెప్పి ఆప్షన్స్ వస్తాయి. కానీ ఇక్కడ మీరు 1% చేంజ్ చేస్తే ఆన్సర్ మారిపోతుంది కదా. దెన్ దట్ షుడ్ నాట్ హ్యాపెన్. Now, what is the percentage increase in number of defective units of product C sold from 2014 to 2015? So, percentage increase. You need to first determine the defective pieces of type C sold in 2014. ఎట్లా వస్తుంది 2,52,000 or 2.52 lakhs into 29 by 100 will give us the total number of products C sold in 2014, out of which 30% are defective. 30 by 100. Now in 2015, this will be 3.24 lakhs into 31 by 100 into 35 by 100. This will give us the total defective pieces of products is sold in the year 2015. Now what was the percentage increase? This value minus this value will be the increase by what should come in the denominator? 2014. Final value minus initial value by initial value into 100. So how much did you get? So can someone tell me what the value of this? 2.52 into 30 into 30. Only. Two 2.52 into 29 into 30.
21.924.
21.924.
924.
Okay. 3.24 into 31 into 35. Or 20. Sorry.
So the second one is 35.154.
35.154. Okay. So from 22 to 35. Okay. So the increase is 13. So if the increase is 13, how can you get 7 and more than 70%? If I approximate this for 35 and 22 అన్నాను అనుకోండి, there is an increase of 13 from 22 to 35. Now 13 by 2.2, this will obviously less than 70 kada, because 14 by 2 is 7. 13 by 2.2 should obviously less than 70%. So 72 అయితే రాదు, answer 60.34. Okay. Might be the exact answer. ఏదమ్మా 21.924 అంటే 35.154 minus 21.924 by 21.924. ఇది మీకు ఎంత వచ్చింది? 59 వచ్చిందా? అంటే this one is 59. Okay. 60.34. So out of the total number of units sold in 2015, how many are defective? Okay. So the same way we have to repeat for 2015. Okay. So for example, of A, 3.24 lakhs into 20 will give us the total number of product type A sold. Out of them, 45% are defective. So you need to find this number and respectively this and this. So you'll get the answer. Okay. Now in which year and by how much is the number of defective units of product is sold higher? This is a question which you can definitely attempt. Kada? Now total number of defective pieces of type D and in 2014 will be 2.52 into 38 by 100 These are total number of product D sold in the year 2014, out of which 39 are defective. Now these are the total number of defective pieces of type D in 2014. Now in 2015 it would be 3.24 into 21 by 100 into 17 by 100. Or పోనీ ఇది 40 అయినా తీసుకున్నారు అనుకోండి. What is the value? 2.52 into 0.4 into 0.4. Okay, so I will write this as 4060 something. Okay, 3.24 into 0.2 into 4032. Okay, Adi 3.24 into 0.2 into 0.18. And if you take some other value, point అంటే 1156. Okay, so which is more? 2014. Now between 336 and 20,336 ఎంత ఉన్నది? క్లోజ్ టు థౌజండ్స్, కానీ ఇంత డిఫరెన్స్ రాకూడదు కదా. ఓకే, నా 2.52 ఇంటూ 0.4 into 0.4, 4032. 3.24 into 0.21 into 0.17, 1156 है ना. So difference 2000 something, అంటే అట్లీస్ట్ 2100 అయినా రావచ్చు కానీ 2800 రాకూడదు కదా. Much is the number of defective units of 38 into 39. Okay, sorry, this is not 17, my bad. This should be 25. My bad. All right, 27. Okay, sorry, my bad. 21 is 27. So 3.24 into 21 into 27. Is nana? And put 1900 అనుకో. 1814. Okay, so 1814. Now అంటే the exact value will be 40,320 minus 18,140. So the difference is somewhat near to 20,000. So the answer for this question should be options. Now this is one doable question. మీరు values ఏం తీసుకున్నా, because the difference is, see, ఏది ఎక్కువ determine చేయొచ్చు whether if it's higher for 2014 or 2015. Okay, and the values difference ఎంత ఉంది? 20,000 ఉంది. Okay, with even with 2% changes also, the difference will not cover 20,000. So this is one question which you can answer for sure. So 3 questions can be solved in this set. I don't expect solving 6 out of 6, but 3 or 2, even 2, just 6 marks or 7. Clear? So when there is some confusion with respect to the data given, okay, so don't leave the entire set. Check questions that you can answer, that can be answered. Clear? Students online. Okay. Now, how many of you did not solve this? Did not try? Students online, quick responses. How many of you did not try this question? Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes. We'll discuss this after 5 minutes. let's see again. So done reading this question. Okay. Now we have 8 persons S to Z are to be arranged around a table with 3 straight sides AB, BC, and CD, and a semicircular edge along DA. అంతే కదా A, B, C, D, and DA. Okay. Now Willie is a servant and must sit along the curved line only. So you can have Willie sitting between these 2 points AB and in this semicircular shaped table. So let me consider W here. ఎక్కడైనా ఉండొచ్చు కదా. It is not given that they are equally spaced. Now because this is a stipulated condition for servants, so all the servants should sit in this path between A and D. Okay. Now while Uma is a director and must sit along the straight edge BC, and all the directors, okay, should sit along this edge BC because that was a condition that was given to us. Okay, we are done with this. Now Vivek and Kshatriya are managers who may occupy a place on either edge AB or CD but not together. Ante if V is here, can we have X here? No, if V is here, X will be here, and if V is here, X should be here. So you have 2 possible cases. A, B, C, and D. So W here, U here, V here, V here, and X here, and X here. Done. Now Tarun is the director who would sit next to X only. So Tarun should sit, okay, in the along this side BC, and he also need to sit adjacent to X. So there should not be any person sitting between X and P. Ever ఉండకూడదు. Now Zubin cannot sit next to a manager or a director. So what can you infer from this statement? Zubin should be a servant and she should have 2 servants sitting next to her. Now, for example, if you have Zubin sitting here, she will be next to a manager. If Zubin is here, she will be next to a manager. If Zubin is along any of these 3 sides, A, B, B, C, and C, D, she will be next to a manager. Kada? Huh. A, B, X is a manager. Kada? So she cannot sit next to a manager or director. అంటే అందరూ మేనేజర్స్ అందరూ ఇక్కడే ఉంటారు కదా. ఓకే పోనీ ఓకే కొన్ని మధ్యలో ఎవరు ఉంటారు? ఎస్. ఎస్ ఎవరు? సో వాట్ కెన్ ఎస్ బి? ఎవరు ఎనీథింగ్ అంటే సో ఎస్ ఎవరు ఉంటారు? డైరెక్టర్ ఆర్ మేనేజర్ ఆర్ సర్వెంట్? మేనేజర్ ఆర్ డైరెక్టర్ ఆర్ సర్వెంట్. కొన్ని ఎస్ ఉన్నారు కదా, ఎవరు ఉంటారు? either manager or director or servant. For example, if you have S here, Z will be sitting adjacent to manager. Kada. So Z ఇందులో ఎక్కడున్నా సరే అంటే if Z is sitting along this side or this side or this side, Z will be adjacent to manager or a director. And if Z is, for example, let us say here, then also Z is adjacent to manager. Now if we need to have Z not being adjacent to manager or a director, what is the only possibility? Z should be a servant and he should be sitting in between two servants. Ante kada? Then only you cannot have Z sitting adjacent to a director or a manager. How many of you missed this? Poni Z ikkada teesko. Z is adjacent to manager. Hmm. Huh. But now did you understand this? Z should not be adjacent to should not be adjacent to either manager or director. And Z should sit in between servants. Okay. Now ZW కి అటు సైడ్ వస్తుందో ఇటు సైడ్ వస్తుందో అన్నది చూసుకోవాలంటే. That is the only condition here, because we can have Z sitting to the right hand side of Willy or to the left hand side of Willy. Students online, any doubts still here? Quick responses. Okay. Now Vivek sits as far as from Yatin as from Willy. So Vivek should be sitting at equidistant from Yatin and Willy. Okay. Now for example, let me consider Z here and S here. Now Willy is toward to the right of Vivek, or there are two persons sitting between Vivek and Willy, V and W. Now you also need to have two persons sitting between V and Y. Now two persons sitting between V and Y and Y should be in between X and T. Possible? Not possible. You have two persons sitting between V and W. So you also need to have two persons sitting between V and Y. So 1, 2. So Y should be here. But you cannot have anyone in between X and T because T should be adjacent to X. So this is not possible. Okay. Now I can say that Z is sitting to the immediate right of W. Z here and S here. Okay. Now W is adjacent to V. So Y should be adjacent to V. Are they possible? Yes. Now W is to the immediate right of V. Y is to the immediate left of V. సరిపోయింది కదా. There is no one sitting between V and W or V and Y. Now here, coming to the second case, V is here. Now if I consider Z and S, so you need to have two persons. If I consider Z and S on the right hand side of W, you need to have two persons between V and you have two persons between V and W. Now you also need to have two persons between V and Y. And Y malli ekkada undali? You cannot have Y in between T and X. Kada. So in this case, Z is here and S is here. Now W is to the immediate left of B. So Y should be to the immediate right of B. Ante. Clear? ఇంకేమున్న ఎక్స్ట్రా కండిషన్స్ కావాల్సింది? Z ఉన్నాడు అంటే S ఇక్కడ ఉండి Z ఇక్కడ ఉంటాయి. S మేనేజర్ అయిపోతాడు కదా. పోనీ S ఏమంటాడు? సర్వెంట్ అయితే అవ్వడు కదా S, బికాస్ ఆల్ ద సర్వెంట్స్ షుడ్ బి సిట్ along AD. All the director కూడా అవడు. All the directors should sit along BC. ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాడంటే S మేనేజర్ అవ్వాలి. Then clear? Okay. So ఇందులో అంటే I got two answers for fourth question. X sits exactly between Y and W. అంతే కదా? X is exactly between Y and W. X is third to the right, third to the left of Y and third to the right of W. ఇది possibility వచ్చింది. And then Zubin and Willie. No. Uma and Zubin. Yeah. Second to the left of you and second to the right of Z. ఇది కూడా పాసిబిలిటీ వచ్చింది. ఓకే, సో ఈ క్వశ్చన్ లో 1 and 4 కెన్ బి ఆన్సర్స్ అని నాకు వచ్చాయి. ఓకే, సో ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ యూనిక్ ఆన్సర్ ఫర్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్ లెట్ మీ నో. అంటే ఎక్కడ మిస్టేక్ జరిగింది. క్లియర్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ఆన్లైన్, ఎనీ డౌట్స్?
Sir, Jagtriya sitting between Sita and Tarun వచ్చింది సార్ నాకు.
సిట్టింగ్ ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ అన్న.
In between Sita and Tarun.
In between is different from exactly between. For example, A, B, C, D, E. I can say that C is sitting in between B and D. Okay, I can also say that C is sitting exactly between B and D, and I can also say that C is sitting exactly between A and E as well. Okay, in between and adugute B and D, exactly and it can be either B and D or A and D. Clear? S or Y? But Y cannot be a servant kada. Okay, కిందకి వెళ్ళి ఒకసారి చదువు. So Sita, S is a servant. Y may either be manager or director. So Y cannot be a servant, so Y cannot be here. So since according to diagram 2 and 3 positions are not possible and can be eliminated. కదా అక్కడ క్లియర్ గా మెన్షన్ చేసి ఉంది, కానీ 2 and 3 ఎలిమినేట్ చేయమన్నాడు కదా. See, you are given with four possibilities. అక్కడ క్లియర్ గా మెన్షన్ చేస్తుంది. అవునన్నా, ఇక్కడ ఇది ఎక్కడి వరకు సాల్వ్ చేసింది, దాని తర్వాత కూడా అనాలిసిస్ ఉంది కదా. These 4 diagrams further make it clear that since V sits as far as from Y and W, Y cannot be a servant. So if Y cannot be a servant, how can you have Y sitting on the semicircular edge? So Theta S is a servant. S is a servant. Y may either be a manager or a director. Now his position can be between V and U if sitting according to diagram and diagram 4. Since according to diagram 2 and diagram 3, his position can be only between T and X. So hence these two are impossible. So it eliminate JC. Y can be between V and U. Adi vaadu cheppamannadu. Okay. So try this question once at home. And naakaithe migilina anni answers I was right. But fourth question naakaithe 2 options vachu. Meeku vachaya? Okay. Now coming to the last question of the set. Sorry, last set of the paper. How many of you did not attempt this? Attempt this, so all 4 correct. Okay, so I'll give you 10 minutes. We'll discuss this after 10 minutes. This is a very good question and for practice. I don't recommend attempting this question in mock, but if you are searching for good questions, then this is one. So try solving this set, because I took 1 minute, close to 1 minute or 1.5 minutes just to see how can I interpret this data given. Kada adi kuda important. Okay, so take your time. You have 10 minutes. We'll discuss this after 10 minutes. చదవడం ఉందన్నా. So, do we have anyone who solved this question in the exam? Or who solved this question now? Attempted. Okay. So we have 5 contestants, D, E, A, R, and F. They entered in a puzzle show which had 4 puzzles. So puzzle 1, puzzle 2, puzzle 3, puzzle 4. Each puzzle had 3 check boxes: checkbox 1, checkbox 2, checkbox 3. Okay. And each contestant had to choose one of these 3 check boxes. It's nothing but multiple choice question. The 5 contestants were sitting in a line, one behind the other, facing the same direction. Okay. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Not necessarily in the same order as mentioned above. During the show, except for the contestant sitting at the beginning of the line. So, except for this contestant, each contestant copied answer to exactly one puzzle from the contestant immediately in front of. So, among these 4 puzzles, this guy copied answer for one puzzle from this person, from first person. Okay. The third person has copied from second person for exactly one puzzle. Now this person copied from this person, and the 5th person copied from 4th person. Okay. So out of these 4 puzzles, for one puzzle, this person has copied from first person, third person has copied from second, 4th person has copied from third, and 5th person has copied from 4th. Okay. Further, for any pair of contestants sitting immediately next to each other, exactly one answer was same. That is the answer that was copied. Okay. For example, for these 4 puzzles, if the choices marked by by the person 1 are 1, 2, 3, and 1. Okay. Person 2 has copied one puzzle from this person. For example, second puzzle anukunnam. Okay. Now, can we have the second person marking checkbox 1 for first question? No. Adavadu. Okay. Because for any pair of contestants sitting immediately next to each other, so these 2 persons are sitting next to each other, exactly one answer was the same. Answer enti edaithe copy chesado, that will be the same answer for both these persons. Okay. So for example, second question 2 1 better. So if this person has copied from this person, he will be marking 2. Okay. And only for this question, you have these 2 persons marking same answer. You cannot have this person marking 1 for this, or 3 for this, or 1 for this. Clear? Ardham kale? Ardhamain? Any doubt? Ardhamain na? Ardham kala? Okay. అంటే ఇది అర్థమైందా ఇక్కడ వరకు? మరి ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, this is the first person, second person. If the first person tick checkbox 1 for first question, 2 for second question, 3 for third question, and 1 for last question. We mark చేసిన ఆప్షన్స్ 1 2 3 1 అనుకో. అంటే మామూలుగా నన్ను అనుకుంటున్నాను. ఇప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్, నేను ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్, నా వెనకాతలు ఇంకొకటి ఉన్నాడు. లెట్ దట్ పర్సన్ బి సెకండ్ పర్సన్. నౌ ఇఫ్ ఐ మార్క్ చెక్ బాక్స్ 1 ఫర్ ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్, 2 ఫర్ సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్, 3 ఫర్ థర్డ్ క్వశ్చన్, అండ్ 1 ఫర్ ఫోర్త్ క్వశ్చన్. ఓకే. నా వెనకాతలు ఉన్నవాడు, he would have copied 1 question from me కదా. లెట్ దట్ బి సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్. సో నేను ఏం పెట్టానో తను అదే పెడతాడు కదా. ఓకే. సో ఐ హావ్ మార్క్డ్ ఆప్షన్ 2 and he has also marked option 2. Now, can we have this second person marking option 1 for this first question? No, that's not possible. Further, for any pair of contestants sitting immediately next to each other, so these 2 persons are sitting next to each other. Okay. Exactly one answer was the same. So answer enti for the second question. Okay, so ఇక్కడ వీడు 1 mark చేయలేడు. This the answer the option marked for third question by the second person cannot be 3 and this cannot be 1. Is it clear? Students online, is this clear? Quick
Yes, sir.
responses. Yes, others. Okay. Now it is also known that the contestant sitting at the last position. Okay, is it clear kada first paragraph? No. Now I will be making a table like this: first person, second, third, fourth, fifth, 4 puzzles, and will determine who's the person sitting at the first position or second, third, fourth, and fifth. Okay, the contestant sitting at the last position who was not Ashok. So this person cannot be Ashok. Has marked the answer as checkbox 2 for second puzzle. Checkbox 2 for second puzzle. Clear? And Franklin, who was not at the last position. So Franklin is also not at the last position. Did not mark answer to third puzzle as checkbox 2. So for P3, his answer was not. Because I cannot mark and I cannot insert this in the table. కదా అందుకని నేను సెపరేట్ గా రాస్తాను. Clear? Any doubts? Okay, so we are done with this. Now exactly 2 contestants marked the answer as checkbox 2 for first puzzle and neither of the 2 was sitting at any of the ends. Okay, so only 2 persons has marked checkbox 2 ante or option 2 for first puzzle, and that person is not first, that person is not fifth. Ante among these 3 cells you need to have 2 2s kada. Okay, so what can be the position of these 2 2s? 2 3 3 4. Why not 2 4? 2 4 kuda possible kada. Okay, you can have and in any of these 3 cells you need to have 2 2s. Okay, now immediately ichchadu avvaledu kada. Okay, now Danny, who was sitting immediately in front of Ashok, so Danny is sitting immediately in front of Ashok, mark the answer as checkbox 3 for exactly 2 puzzles. So he will be having 2 3s. While Ramesh marked the answer as checkbox 3 for first puzzle. So Ramesh marked for puzzle 1, the answer marked was 3. Now each of the 4 contestants who copied the answer did so for a different puzzle, and each contestants marked the answer as checkbox 1 for at least 1 puzzle, checkbox 2 for at least 1 puzzle, and checkbox 3 for at least 1 puzzle. And what is the meaning? Now each of the 4 contestants who copied the answer did so for a different puzzle. So how many contestants copied the answers? 4 contestants. Endukante the first contestants have not copied. So these 4 contestants copied. Kada? Now these 4 contestants copied 4 different questions. So you have a person copying the answer for first question, second question, third question, and fourth question. So you do not have and 2 pairs of persons copying same question. And for example, if second person copied puzzle the answer for puzzle 2 for first person, you cannot have either 3 or 4 or fifth person copying the answer for same question. Clear? Is arthamainda? Students online, is this point clear?
So can you repeat it again?
For example, if I assume that second person copied the answer for second puzzle from first person, if this is 2, this is 2 anukunnanu anukondi. So second person has copied the answer for second question from person 1. Now you cannot have either third person or fourth person or fifth person copying the same question. Okay, because 4 persons copied 4 different questions. Is that clear? So you need to
Yes,
have a person copying question 1, another person question 2, another person question 3, and some other person puzzle 4 and puzzle 4. Clear? Okay. Then and they have marked the answer as checkbox 1 for at least one puzzle. So among these 4 cells, you need to have 1, 2, 3 for sure. The fourth option can be either 1, 2 or 3. If 4 cells learning, you need to have 1, 2 and 3. Clear? Now the contestant sitting in the middle mark the answer to second puzzle as checkbox 3. Okay. And the contestant sitting at the second position who was not Ashok. So this person is not Ashok. Mark the answer as checkbox 2 for third puzzle, which he has copied. So this question ever copy chesaru? Second person. He has copied this question from first person. So what was the answer marked by first person for puzzle 3? 2. Clear? So who cannot be the first person and who cannot be the second person? Now, can we have A being the first person? My D sits immediately before A. So A cannot be the first person as well. And F cannot be second person nor first person. Why? For puzzle 3, F did not mark 2 as the answer. Okay. So this person is not F. This person is also not F. So F and A can be either third person or fourth person. Okay. But you will get definite position of D kada. Now A can be either third person or fourth person. Now my question, can we have A being fourth person? Yes or no? Okay. If A is fourth person, who should be third person? మరి అప్పుడు F ఏమవుతాడు? Then where will F be? F cannot be in fifth position or first position or second position. If you have A in fourth position, then D will be in third. Then F ఎక్కడ ఉంటాడు? You do not have a position for F. So what can you say? A is the third person, F is the fourth person, and D is the second person. This is the only possibility which satisfies all the given conditions. F being the fourth person. Clear? Name Chakradhar. Students online. Quick responses. Any doubts still here? Quick responses, please. Others. Okay. So F should be the fourth person, A third person, and D second person. Okay. Then the contestant sitting in the middle marked the answer to second puzzle as checkbox 3, which he did not copy. Okay. So he did not copy this. Is Nana? Okay. So why not this one? Okay. So D should have 3 threes. D has marked, D has marked 2 threes as the answers. Now, so ఇక్కడ 1, 2 అయిపోయింది. So among these 3 cells, you need to have 2 threes. Now, can we have 3 here? Can we have 3 here? అంటే
no, sir.
2 threes. Among these 3 cells, you have to place 2 threes. Now, can we have 3 here? That's my question. No. Why? Okay, so this person A has not copied this answer from the immediately before person కదా ఇక్కడ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇక్కడ 3 ఉన్నది అనుకోండి. Okay, so two persons sitting at consecutive places will have exactly one same answer. అది కూడా ఏంటి that he has copied. Okay, so you cannot have 3 here because this was not copied by ఏ పాపం తను సాల్వ్ చేసుకుని మార్క్ చేస్తాం. Okay, so 3 cannot be here. So can I say the remaining 2 questions were marked as 3 by D? Okay, so D marked second question to be 1 because you need to have 1 1 1 2 1 3 among these 4 cells for sure. Okay, then then what did I miss? Okay, now ఇది ఏదో మిస్ చేసాం కదా 2 2s among these 3 cells. You need to have 2 2s. Okay, so can I say the F copied the answer for first question from A? Now we have a person copying answer for puzzle 1, puzzle 3. Puzzle 3, second person has copied from first person. Puzzle 1, fourth person has copied from third person. Now can someone tell me which question did A copy? Which puzzle did A copy from the immediate before person? Fourth. Because ఇది అయిపోయింది. A did not copy the answer for puzzle 2. For puzzle 3, D has already copied from the first person. So I can say that A copied from D for puzzle 4. Now what was the option marked by A for question 3? 1. Okay. Now, can someone tell me where is Ramesh? First person or fifth person? Why not first? Already puzzle 1 was copied by fourth person from third person. Now can we have another student copying puzzle 1? No. So this option cannot be 3. This option cannot be 3. So it should be 1. Why? How can you say that first person answered 1 for puzzle 1? Because why not 2? ఇది 3 అవ్వకూడదు. This cannot be 3 and this cannot be 2 as well. Okay, so this is 1. Okay, so if this is 1, what can you, because 2 first to fifth మార్క్ చేయలేదని ఇచ్చాడు కదా. ఆ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఏది? Exactly 2 contestants marked the answer as checkbox 2 for first puzzle. ఆ 2 ఎవరు? The persons at third and fourth positions, and neither of the 2 was sitting at any ends. So you do not have a person sitting at first position or fifth position marking the answer for first puzzle as 2. So this has to be 1. Okay. Now we have one person Ramesh answering puzzle 1 as 3. అది అక్కడ only possibility. Okay. Now you have person copying puzzle 3, puzzle 4 and puzzle 1. Can I say Ramesh copied the answer for puzzle 2? So what was the option marked by fourth person for puzzle 2? 2. Now you have person copying puzzle 1, copying puzzle 2, copying puzzle 3, copying puzzle 4. చెప్పండి. ఏది? ఇదా? ఓకే. ఏది నాన్న? ఇది 2 ఎలా వేస్తాం? ఇది 3 ఆల్రెడీ F already copied first question కదా. F already copied first question from A. So how can we have F copying one more question from A? So ఇది 3 అవ్వదు. Or first question already F copy చేస్తాడు. So you have F copying first question, D copying third question, A copying fourth question. Okay, so you need to have some person copying second question. అది ఎవరు అవుతారు? Only Ramesh. Okay, So Ramesh 2, he has copied 2 from the previous person. And F mark 2 as answer for puzzle 2. Is it clear? Now, what was the option marked by F for puzzle 3? 3, why not 1? Why not 2? Already 2 2s unnai. So you also need to have 1 1 and 1 3 in this row. Kada 1 3 eppudu vastayi? So you can have either 1 here or 3 here, or 1 here or 3 here. Already copy chestadu kabatti you cannot have 1 here. So 3 and 1. Clear? Now coming to fifth person. Ekkada em undi? Okay, why not 2? Now you also need to have 1 1 here. One should be either here or here. But can we have 1 here? No. Now, which option did he mark for puzzle 4? 2. Why not 3? So Ramesh, our statement is third statement. Ramesh marked the answer as checkbox 3 only for first puzzle. Adi ayipindi kada. So he did not mark 3 for any of the 3 other puzzles. So this cannot be 3, this cannot be 1. So this should be okay. Now coming to the first person. Ante this person is Ramesh. So this person should be E. Now, what did he mark here? The option by the first person for second puzzle. 3. How? It can also be 2 kada. First section you need to have 3 in this row. Now can we have 3 here? No, you cannot have second person copying 2 questions from first person. So you cannot have 3 here. So what can be the marked answer for first puzzle? It can be either 1 or 2. And this completes the set. Now, so ఈ క్వశ్చన్ లో 18 మార్క్స్ రావాలంటే you have to do this much, which is not required if you pick the first set and the third set. First set, third set చేశారు అనుకోండి, 8 questions 24 marks, and even if you solve and the 2 questions from the data interpretation spider graph, you will get 30 marks, and 30 marks, trust me, in this paper will be 99%.
Sir, I actually missed one thing in this data, sir.
So which one?
In puzzle 1, A and F, why did we take 2 and 2 for that? Instead, why can't we take that in puzzle 4 instead of puzzle 5?
Which one? Just can you just repeat your statement?
Yes, sir. P1, puzzle 1,
Huh.
third position and fourth position.
Huh.
2 and 2, right?
Yes.
So A and F copied there. So F copied from A. Instead of taking that one in puzzle 1, why can't we take that in puzzle 4, sir?
But you need to have 2 2s among these 3 cells, kada? You need to have 2 2s from these. Out of these 3 cells, you need to have 2 2s. Where is that? Exactly 2 contestants mark the answer as checkbox 2 for first puzzle, and neither of the 2 was sitting at any of the ends. So you cannot have persons marking 2 as the answer for puzzle 1 in the first position or fifth position. Okay. So if we have D marking option 3 for second question, these 2 should be 2s.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Got it? No. Chepnana. KTM puzzle, but this was somewhat tougher than that. So అక్కడ మీకు ఓన్లీ రేటింగ్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా. సో అక్కడ 1 2 3 4 5. Here you can have అంటే one number will be repeated in a row. That's one difficulty. But 4 questions 4 different answers అన్నారు అనుకోండి, then it would have been difficult. Sorry, it would have been easy. Okay, అదొకటి. నెక్స్ట్ అరేంజ్మెంట్ కూడా ఉంది. అక్కడైతే ఓన్లీ యూ నీడ్ టు మార్క్ దేనికి ఏ రేటింగ్ వచ్చింది. హియర్ యూ నీడ్ టు ఫస్ట్ find who was the first person, second person, third, fourth and fifth. అది కూడా ఉంది కదా. Okay, similar but definitely more difficult than that question. Okay, so I recommend leaving this question and అంటే ఇది complete గా వదిలేసి you can solve, you can maximize your attempts in the first three. I would have done that. Clear? Because I invested 1.5 minutes just to see how to make this easy. చాలా ఈజీగా అయిపోయింది కదా, టేబుల్ ఇలా తీసుకుంటే మరి ఈజీగా అయిపోయింది. నాకైతే చాలా ఈజీ అనిపించింది. లేదంటే అంటే ఫస్ట్ 5 persons, then question 1, question 2, question 3 కి రెస్పాన్సెస్ తీసుకున్నా it would have been difficult. So first you need to spend some time to think how to interpret the data given to you in the form of a table. దాని తర్వాత ఏదైనా clear. So let's call it a day. Then from mock 9 try attempting 2 sets. One set నేను చెప్పడం చెప్పి అలిసిపోయాను. So next from mock 9 to 16 attempt 2 sets. And I need 24 marks. So you have total of 25 marks for that. So first 8 I pay. So now you should be confident of marking 1 set for sure. Now from 9 to 16 2 sets. From 16 to 24 3 sets try set. Okay, let's increase our attempts gradually. Clear? So let's call it a day and we'll see you guys Thursday holiday. ఎందుకని రాఖీ. ఓకే, మేము క్లాసులకు వెళ్ళకుండా ఉండిపోయే వాళ్ళం రాఖీ రోజు కదా. సరే, so we'll see you guys on Friday. And one suggestion, try attempting this set once you get back at మంచి set it. Okay, yeah, so let's call it a day guys.